Why, hello, everyone. Hope you can all hear me. I'm using a new mic, so let me know if there's any audio issues on your end. But this is the Rotgut Review Livestream, the first one in a long time. And we are the most serious, serious livestream on the entire internet. We don't mess around here on the Rotgut Review. We take our whiskey serious-like, not like those other jokers on other channels. But oh man, all right. We already got Mark in the chat. We already got Ben in the chat. We already got John Gunsel in the chat. Fantastic. Good to see you guys. I might be a little cockeyed on my video. That's okay. We'll live with it. This is the first time I'm doing this in the new setup. So hopefully it works relatively well. But yeah, it's good to see you guys back. So last time we streamed was all the way back in, July. It would have been back before me and Erica's move, because we moved that Tuesday, and then for a week after we didn't actually have internet. So all the videos were uploaded from my work. But now we've got some great internet. We've actually got a space to shoot the videos and have all our stuff set up. And we, yes, we do have a huge new mic, and I am excited to see you. It's both. I'm always excited to see you, John. I'm always excited to see you. But yeah, so I wasn't really sure what I was going to do tonight. I just decided, hey, as long as we got the time. Yeah, also, can you guys hear the bagpipes? I was wondering if that was going to filter through. I was kind of hoping you could. But yeah, so I wasn't exactly sure what we were going to do tonight. Except that no bagpipes. Damn. Maybe I should get a second mic to pipe that in. That would be the perfect background music. This mic is too good, apparently. But yeah, so I knew that I wanted to do some Kilkeegan at some point. And this seemed like a great opportunity to talk about that. I have just picked these two bottles up from the liquor store I work at. We got these on clearance. And so as far as I know, this one usually runs about 56 and this one runs about 65. This is their regular single malt whiskey. I think this one comes in at approximately 2 years old. And this is 46%. Yeah, 46% alcohol. Obviously, if you know Kilkeegan, you know it's mesquite smoked, single malt, aged in used bourbon casks. And then we've got the Kilkeegan cask strength, which I'm very excited to try. I haven't actually gotten to try this one yet, because this one just came in. The cool thing was I got to pick these two up. This one I think I got for around 15. This one I got for 10. We got these at some sort of amazing clearance rate from the distributor. And as soon as they came through the door, I was like, oh, I'm totally stealing those before everyone can buy them up. Because this is the first time I've seen Kilkeegan here in Wisconsin. But yeah, so we're going to talk Kilkeegan a little bit. Do a little bit of the good old Kilkeegan. I think I want to compare since these are mesquite smoked. I was thinking that we could compare them to some other smoked stuff. So I've got some Lag 8 here. I don't know if you can actually see that. It's very bright. There we are, Lag 8. So we can get an idea of how these compare to peat smoke. And then I'll dig out the brimstone later so we can compare them to a little bit of scrub oak smoke by, that old Texas heat. So yeah, that should be fun. Benjamin Eves is saying he looks forward to hearing about it. He hasn't seen it here in South Carolina. Yeah, they've been making waves. I heard a lot about them, mostly from Whiskey Tribe people, long before I ever saw a bottle. And I guess that's kind of par for the course here in Wisconsin. Is that you hear about things when they come out, or you hear about things, people talking in the whiskey sphere long before you ever actually get to see them. We are not exactly a priority when it comes to distribution. Steve, thank you for moderating as always, Steve. You are a wonderful, wonderful moderator. Mark G is saying he'd like to try it as well. Mike Lizak, thank you for coming in. He's saying Kilkeegan is brimstone with an education. Now that's an interesting take. So I was thinking, I wasn't sure which of these I wanted to compare to brimstone. In fact, let me dig that brimstone out as long as we're talking about it. I think I got it right down here. Also super excited that I actually have shelves now for my whiskey. Except that so this is the lion's share of it right now. It's already spilling over. There's some in the barrel here. There's some in the closet right next to me. So we're quickly going to have the same exact problem we had before, where whiskey is just going to be spilling all over this apartment. But that's okay. I'm going to get sipping because we're already 6 minutes in here. Steve said there's not much moderating to do here. Yeah, it's true. You guys are wonderfully behaved. Got to make it harder on Steve for me, you know? Just not too hard. Oh, man. This is really, really pleasant smelling. So, yeah. So, like I said, this is the base product. This is 46% used bourbon barrels, 100% malt. And you're also seeing the same thing that not every single malt whiskey is doing in America, but a lot of them are, where they've got single malt written on one line and whiskey written on another. So that lets them dodge the TTB rule that it has to be done in in new barrels. So if you want to call it a malt whiskey, right, you got to do it in new barrels. But if you put single malt on one line and then the whiskey down below, single malt is a term of art that's used for advertising. Whiskey is the actual category. So you can use whatever barrels you want. You see that a lot with the Westland guys. They'll do that a lot for, if they want to do their stuff in used barrels or, some sort of wine barrels or something like that. Mike Lezak is saying, you could say brimstone is Pretty Woman before the week of refinement. Kilkeegan is afterwards. Okay. That's an interesting... we're going to get to that. We're definitely going to get to that right quick. Because I only got a little bit of brimstone left. I'm going to have to grab another bottle when I'm down in Austin. Because we don't get it up here at all. It's really a shame. Because, I don't know. Distribution, again, Chicago, you can get it all over the place, which is kind of true of everything. Me and Erica make runs down to Chicago all the time to buy stuff, just because availability is so much better down there. Michael Zek is saying is that he's down for both. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty Woman, man. There's some... I feel like there's some complicated social dynamics there. We should just appreciate Julia Roberts for whoever she is. Steve, you're driving to Austin? Awesome. That's good. Yeah, so you can actually bring stuff in the car. I think me and the old man are going to be limited to like 2-3 bottles, something like that. I think, what is it, a liter or something? Yeah. The first thing I noticed about this is it certainly is smoky. It's obviously smoky, but it is a sweeter. I think of this as kind of a sweeter smoke. Like it's obviously woody. It's not peat smoke. There's no 5 liters. Oh, no kidding. Oh, that's nice. I definitely thought it was less. Maybe it's less for international travel. So yeah, we're gonna stock up. We're obviously gonna have a bunch of stuff to pick up at the distillery, and then we're also just gonna fine stuff in Texas that we want. Speaking of which, roll call. Who's going to all be joining us down in Texas? I know a few of you are, at least. Steve is going to be there for sure. Mark, nice. Mark's going to be there. John, all right. Very cool. Very cool. I think Benjamin is trying to get down there if he can. Oh, no. Ben, you're not going to make it? I'm sorry. That sucks. That sucks, man. I would have loved to see you down there. What are you going to do? Well, we'll make sure to shout you out when we're there. Oh, Steve, you're bringing like a dozen bottles down to La Quinta. Nice. That's awesome. Oh, Mike's not going to make it. I'm sorry, Mike. We'll miss you. We'll think of you when we're down there. But yeah, okay, this is interesting because I feel like there's an ashiness to it. There's an ashiness to it that is not crazy different from peat, right? Not like completely out of the ballpark of what peat could be, but it's still a lot sweeter. It reminds me almost of like teriyaki bacon, not bacon jerky, teriyaki jerky, like beef jerky. Like that, it's a little bit savory, but it's got a little bit of that kind of sweet tanginess to it. But there is still that kind of, there's an interesting thing there. I think that malty sweetness where that's malt, but it's got just a hint of that kind of acrid grain. It does come out. It comes out just before the finish. There's a woody sweetness first, and then there's the malty grainy sweetness. So you are getting a lot of the grain influence, which I think this is not an age statement, but I think it's around 2 years. So I'm not surprised you're getting a lot of the grain influence. Ben is saying mandatory workshop now booked for that weekend. Oh no. Boo the workshop. Just tell him your aunt in Austin is very sick. Your Aunt Eleanor is very sick and you need to come take care of her. Oh, then Mark, work thing came up. But he got him to reschedule. My man, good work. Good work on that. Hey, Brad LeClaire is in the house. Good to see you, Mr. LeClaire. The nonsense hasn't quite begun yet. We're still in like the relatively serious part of the night where I haven't gotten completely stupid. Yeah, this is interesting. This reminds me of a lightly peated scotch where you're just getting a whiff of the smoke and you're not getting any of the earthy iodininess. Yeah, because it's still very sweet, still very we call it molasses, but over there they call it treacle. It's pretty dang good. I like it. I'm digging this one. I knew as soon as I had a taste of this one that I needed to get it. I'm also gonna. Well, here's the thing. Should I break out the brimstone first and then do the cast strength, or should I do that? Should I try the cast strength and then break out the brimstone? Because I'm thinking this is gonna be more just like this, or more like this, just up to the nth degree. You would think. Because I think, let's see, what is this coming in at? 59% alcohol, 118 proof. Cast strength single malt. Ben says the brimstone will blast your palate. Yeah, that's probably true. I should probably hang off on that just try the cask strength first, and then I'll do it. I do like the bottle hype on here, because they don't go out of their way to really sell you a dumb story or anything. Where it's like, oh, my old grandfather's illicit still that he stole from a bear is now used in our distillery. They basically just are like, yeah, this is what it is. It's mesquite kilned. It's used barrels. Boom, boom, boom. Unique single malt whiskey. I appreciate that. I feel like today we're getting a little too crazy with our bottle hype. Hey, John Vestrati is in. How you doing, buddy? Really good to see you as always. And then DJ11. How you doing, 11? Good to see you. Also, guys, go check out DJ11 when you get a chance. He's been doing spirit reviews as well. He's got very slick editing as well. I'm a little jealous of that, 11. You you put together a good product. Ooh. This is fun. There is a lot more heat on this one. No doubt about that. This one kicks you a little bit. And that's okay. There's something. This one was very treacly, malty sweet with that kind of, like I said, teriyaki savoriness over the top. This one, though, this cask strength Kilkeegan, this is just boom, big wood. Big wood. That was my nickname never. But it's got that really dark. It's a dark tannic wood. It almost doesn't taste smoky anymore. It's smoky on the finish. It's just so much boom, big, strong oak flavor. But there's like a little underlying tingle of I don't know, strawberry or something, like a berry almost, which is funny. I'm wondering if that's just the nature of mesquite and it gives you a sweeter, kind of nicer smoke, as opposed to the really peaty. We got two. That's what she said in the chat. Yeah, well, I am in here talking about big wood and tingles. Kilkeegan's big wood gives me tingles. Erica, if you're watching the stream, I love you. Yeah, this is good stuff. It is. I'm guessing when we compare this to the Brimstone, I'm guessing this is going to be much fuller and bigger because these two, this one less so, but these two are a little bit more delicate, refined. They don't have like the big, really oily. They're not super oily, big, voluptuous. They're a little bit more delicate and balanced. They're really trying to balance that mixture of sweet and smoke. I'm guessing our scrub oak friend over here is just going to be ridiculously knock your pants off kind of thing. Ed, in the future, you make me tingle like Kilkeegan. Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. Oh, bad. We're only 19 minutes in, you guys. This is not a good sign. Oh, this is what happens. This is what happens when Erica's not around to rein me in a little bit. I will say, though, okay, this being said, these are neck pours coming off of these two. So we may go back at some point with me and Erica or me and the old man and do a full review of these because I'm wondering what's going to happen if we give them a little time, because they're very nice and very pleasant right now. I'm wondering if they're going to get a little more robust if we let them open up. Because, you know, they can be tight out of the bottle, I'm sure, just like every other kind of whiskey. But as long as we're here, why don't we give this a go? So we've got some Lagavulin 8, we've got some Brimstone, and so obviously the Kilkeegans are mesquite smoked. The Brimstone is scrub oak smoked. Just, you know, smoking a big old scrub oak. And then we've got Lagavulin, which is peated. So I want to kind of get a sniff of all of these and kind of see if we can get an idea of what those all did to these. Hey, my whiskey den, what's going on? It is good to see you, as always. Oh, another funny thing I noticed was that the Kilkeegan cask strength has a real cork stopper, and then Kilkeegan regular has the fake stop, like the fake cork, which I generally think is kind of the preferred stopperage with the whiskey nerd community at this point. I don't know if you guys disagree, but just all the trouble you get with real cork, it just does not seem to be the, you know, worth the trouble, or at least that seems to be what people think. I wonder if it's also more sustainable, you know, just because I'm a big hippie, you know, is it more sustainable than chopping down a tree, you know, cork tree every time we need to make some corks? DJ11 says I'm bringing the heat tonight. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to finish all of these because we gotta get to our weird main event that's coming up. This is the serious time. This is serious time, right? Where we actually analyze stuff, and in a little while we're going to get into the weird crap. Benjamin used a synthetic wood give us the same tingle. That depends on if it's got the little bumpies or ribs or anything, right? You know, built in. Woo! We are very sex positive on this show. We love all denominations and sexual affiliations, and we celebrate them. All right, so Brimstone right here, and I can already tell you this is the strongest thing in the room. As soon as I poured it, everything else, I couldn't smell anything else. Yeah, and already I'm going to tell you right now, these are all coming off as way sweeter in comparison to the Brimstone. No doubt about that. So the Kilkeegan regular strength, this is coming off as way more cedary now than this was super oaky just a second ago, but now it's more kind of cedar smelling, like a tannic red wine. And there's comparatively, this smells like marmalade, man. This smells like hot peppers and espresso and burning. This smells like a little campfire and orange marmalade. There's still the smoke there. Don't get me wrong. That's still smoky, but yeah, that brings out a lot more of the sweet characteristics. Same over here, which makes sense. Same mash bill, same barley, same water source, which is the Cristo, Sangre de Cristo, mountain water, Christ's blood. So I guess this is a blended whiskey since they mixed wine in with it. All right, we're good. One says, "I love how grown ass men we can all instantly take the chat back to a high school locker room." I feel like I was not this witty in high school. I don't know if you guys were, but I was not this smart in high school. I didn't have this caliber of dick joke. Yeah. This one, the cast strength is almost more vegetal now in comparison. Yeah. Yeah. These two compared to the Brimstone, tannic red wine mixed with red like licorice and tannic red wine compared to the Brimstone. The Brimstone is, whoa, that's just oaky. That's just kick your face in oaky. And in the Lagavulin, I mean, I suppose it's to be expected. Spicy, smoky, earthy, iodine-y. You know, I don't think of Lagavulin as being particularly iodine-y. In fact, I would say it's probably the least iodine-y of the three big Islas, I would say. I don't know if you guys agree, but this actually smells pretty iodine-y in comparison to these three. I mean, these three have no iodine whatsoever. You know, there's that little bit of acrid something or other from malt. Obviously, this is corn, so this is different just because it's corn whiskey. The sweetness is going to be different. Well, it's not corn whiskey anymore. Now it's just basic whiskey. They changed that up. But John Verstati is saying, I was witty but still the awkward nerd. Now I just hang out with awkward nerds with whiskey. Yeah, I like that. Whiskey Den is saying, pocket gin, get on with it. Man, I got 30 more minutes to fill up. Be patient, dude. Okay, yeah. So Mark agrees with me. He doesn't find iodine in Lagavulin. And I don't usually either, like at all. I think of it as a little bit more spicy, woody, sweet kind of peat. And I wouldn't say sweet because it's not exactly what it is, but more so than Lafroig. Yeah, but this comes off way more medicinal than any of the other three. That's no doubt about that. DJ11 says iodine's for cleaning cuts, not drinking. I don't know, man. I disagree with that. In this household, those are fighting words. And not even me. I'm not going to fight you. Erica's just going to like come out of nowhere and drop kick you. She's going to hoist you up on her back and Samoan drop you. Oh, it's just so good. Brimstone is just so good. Oh, man. One just says, Ella, laughing my butt. John says, like, the first time he took a sip of frog and the iodine kicked his ass and he loved it. Someone, I don't know who said it, but someone said their wounds are in the inside. That's clever. That's clever. I'm going to use that from now on. I'm going to use that. I'm not getting drunk. I'm just sanitizing my internal bleeding. Okay. Of the three, I got to say, depending on my mood, if I want something that I'm going to take a minute and analyze and kind of get to know, it's a little more easygoing. I have to kind of search out what it is about. I'd probably go with Colkegan. You know, I don't know if they're as complex as our friend over here, Lag. But they're a little more coy. They kind of hide from you. You got to kind of seek them out and figure out what's going on with them. Whereas I think Lagavulin's very complex, but there's a lot going on right up front where you kind of know what it's about. And then But Brimstone is just fun, man. I am a big fan of Brimstone. This is just no holds barred, bare knuckle boxing. Just come up and run up and punch you in the head. And I love it. I mean, I don't think it's as painful to drink as some people make it out to be, but it is bold. It is bold. Hey, Loch Ness, how you doing, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to the insanity that is the Rotgut Review. Unfortunately, you just came in right when we were transitioning from serious time into something slightly more ridiculous. But yeah, I love this stuff. I also love Brimstone just because that really tannic woodiness reminds me a little bit of rye, which is why Erica can't stand to put water in Brimstone. She thinks it brings out the rye characteristics, and it drives her crazy. She goes from loving it to hating it in an instant. Steve A says, wait, we have a serious time? Sometimes. A little bit. Just a touch. We have serious time, and we have what comes next. So, all right. Because of this show, this wouldn't be a Rotgut Review live stream if I didn't talk to you guys about something kind of awful and horrific. One says, tell him when the serious starts. He needs the head start. These have been at my liquor store for a little while. They're very interesting, I'll say. I'm not going to drink all of these because I would make myself very sick. But these are called pocket shots. They come in a few different flavors. You can't really see it from there. There we are. So they come in a few different flavors. And I've been wanting to talk about these for a little while just because they look horrendous. I don't know if they're going to be horrendous. I've heard mixed things from various people. John says, I forget where I heard that joke, but I feel like Ed would know it. We got a new monkey? I'm not sure, man. Sorry. But yeah, so to follow up our excellent round of whiskeys, unfortunately, we didn't have the whiskey in stock, and I am super disappointed about that. Because these are kind of ridiculous. So we've got, in order, we got spiced rum, tequila, brandy, gin, vodka. It should have been at a show. They need a pit, being in the pit at a show friction. Thank you, Patty. These have been super popular. So they're just somebody got some really cheap spirits and put them in these little packets, sealed them up. And people have been taking these into music festivals and stuff. We have like Summerfest over here, which is like the biggest music festival in the world, or so they claim. And so people have been buying these up. The vodka is everybody's favorite. Oh, hey, Whiskey Crusaders is jumping in. Good to see you, man. I guess he can't stay. That's all right. But thank you for saying hi. We love you. Okay, so my thinking is I'm going to take a little bit of each of these and just see how they are. And then I'll pour the rest in my trusty pint glass, and we'll see how they are all together. So yeah, so the vodka is definitely the best flavor, at least, well, according to people who buy it so far. Well, they've been buying the vodka the most. Maybe that's just the clientele who likes to buy these things. That is surprisingly hard to open. I know, who was it that was saying they really wish these were resealable because then they could like smuggle good booze in? John Ristati, yeah, vodka is supposed to have flavor. American vodka doesn't have flavor. Western vodka doesn't have flavor. Russians take their flavor seriously. That's why we're a bunch of idiots for the way we make vodka. All right, let's have a sip of this, hey? Yeah. That is, yeah. It's neutral. It's not bad. It's really not bad. It tastes plasticky. It tastes plasticky. But that's about it. Yeah. I think Steve A is saying the people who buy those are looking for a neutral spirit to mix with, like soft drink at a festival. Yeah, and this is perfect for it. This is exactly what you need. It tastes like nothing except a plastic bag. It's like, I'm pretty sure that's just because they put it in a plastic bag, and now it's like chewing on a plastic bag. Yeah, but otherwise, that's nothing wrong with that. It's vodka. It's an American vodka, which is always funny to me when people ask for vodka recommendations at the store, because it's like mid-tier and up. If you're buying anything from Western Europe and America, you're getting the exact same product. You know, in fact, like I'm pretty sure most of the American vodkas are all, a lot of them are made by the same big distilleries. Mike Lizek is saying these seem like punishment for something he hasn't told us about. No, these are just an experiment. Someone at my work was saying we wanted to do an experiment and see how each of these tasted, just to compare them, just to find out, because no one's had the guts to drink all 6 of them that we have. So instead of just doing this alone like a loser, I decided to do it with you guys, like a loser amongst losers. All right. Benjamin's saying these look like the energy gels people drink at marathons. They kind of do, don't they? Yeah. You're already dehydrated and just like, I need to just be way pissed to get through. All right, let's try this gin. So this is all. I love that they don't say anything about what you're buying. Like, they know their customers. They don't give 2 craps about what they're buying. This just says triple distilled premium vodka. This one just says London Dry Gin. All bottled at 40% alcohol. All right, let's give this a go. That one's pretty awful. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever drank. I don't know. It's probably not even the worst gin I've ever drank. Like, Fleischmann's probably beats it out for that. Yeah, that one hurts a little bit. That one's got a lot more burn than the vodka. Woo! Huh. Let's try that again. Yep. I'm pretty sure there is exactly 1 botanical in there. There is just juniper. They couldn't be bothered to spend any money on anything else. Was it worse than that Wyoming bottle? No, absolutely not. There is one thing that is worse than that Wyoming bottle, and that is Scotch Style from Central Standard. Those are the 2 winners. Everything else is better than those 2. Which I still haven't found anything to beat out the Central Standard Scotch Style. I don't know if anyone can find something for me that they know of that's just horrendous, because I just can't find anything. So gin worse than vodka. It's pine needly. That's it. Wow, we're up to 17 viewers. That's cool. Thank you all for stopping by. Let's see if we can't get 5 more likes to fill up, get everybody in here liking. Ben asks, have you had VAT 69? I have not. I've seen that around. It's a really cheap blended Scotch, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Lochner says they need to pack Fireball in a pack. That would be incredibly popular. People would fall over themselves trying to grab that. We get people who come into our store just to buy shooters of Fireball all the time. Like that is one of our best sellers. People love little Fireball shooters. Then DJ1 was saying peat, gin, and vodka. See, the peat was my reward for dealing with this crap after it. I give myself the reward first, and then I deal with the punishment. Oh, also, speaking of vodkas, we just got something in to the store that I'm super interested in because I don't necessarily understand it and why they did it, but it's a French oak aged vodka. It's from a company over in Minnesota, made with, I'm pretty sure it's Yahara Bay is the distiller, and then it's bottled over in Minnesota. It is weird to me. I kind of want to get a bottle to review on the show real quick, because I'm guessing like the only real difference between like white whiskey and vodka, right, is that to make vodka, you have to take it up to 95 and then you have to filter it. And in the United States, Russia, Poland, they're different. We're not talking about them. So you just lose all the flavor. So is that just going to be the essence of French oak? Like just no grain flavor whatsoever? I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to find out. John Versailles just says, why would you do that? Mike just says, Frodka. Oh, man. John says, depends on what you start with, too. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's a grain vodka in this case. Yeah, so yeah, obviously vodka, you can use grain, potatoes, sugar beets, whatever. That does make a difference. It's true. But being that most people are making vodka out of grain, they're making the neutral grain spirits, then filtering it. I'm wondering if that's basically how, I mean, is it going to be all that different from like one of these neutral 95% light whiskeys, spirit whiskeys people make nowadays? All right, so this is the brandy. We're going to try the brandy next. And it doesn't say anything. It just says brandy. This is the brandy, the only brandy in existence. I don't know how to feel about this one. And the finish is very nice. The finish is very sweet and lovely. Tastes like cream. Yeah. Like chantilly cream. Chantilly cream and butter frosting and, you know, just sweet things. Like caramel frosting on a cake. But the opening is oh so acrid. Yeah, that opening's rough. It's not like undrinkable though. Not undrinkable. Just rough. Brad Leclerc just says, "Why am I doing this?" Yeah, I don't know. For the crack, man. We're just doing this for the crack. DJ11 just says, just found the best martini recipe ever. Poured gin and vermouth and olives and trash. Drink whiskey. I like martinis. I will say this. If you get the right gin, I like martinis. And actually, barrel-aged gin, I enjoy. If it's like an American style barrel-aged gin where they're putting more than just juniper in it, they got a little like, you know, lemon rind in there, whatever. That's actually pretty dang good. I can drink that. You know, I could just drink that neat, honestly. Yep. All right. That's enough of that. Tastes like plastic. Tastes like plastic, and then a bunch of cake frosting. So that seems about par for the course. Okay. Now we're getting into some of the ones that I'm wondering. DJ Wowen says he cannot stand the taste of gin. See if you can't get some of the new American gins, because people are making like the new American style or the old Tomcat style. People are actually making stuff that is way less juniper-y. I mean, it still has juniper. Like, you got to have at least a little single juniper berry in there. But people are making stuff that's way, way less juniper-y, a lot more sweet and a lot more. I don't know. It's a lot more sweet. It's a lot more robust. It's not just that dry London crap that's been like the standard since forever. But yeah. John says he doesn't care for the heavier floral and herbal notes. That's fair. I mean, I like the herbal notes. I just don't care. It can be incredibly dry. And I think that's the problem I deal with. I like dry whiskeys, but even in a dry whiskey, you get some amount of grain sweetness. Gin, like London dry gin, there's just none of that. Okay, we're doing the tequila. So this is gold tequila. So it's got caramel coloring in it, pretty much. Product of Mexico. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. This one starts off okay. It tastes like tequila. That's good. That's good. That's something. The ending is like if you kept tequila in a tiny plastic bag in the heat for a good 6 months. That's what the finish tastes like. It tastes like old berries in a trash can bag. Yeah. Oh, I was all on board. I was so on board for this one right up until the end. Oh, man. That is rough. Like, I mean, I guess if you're mixing this into a margarita or something, you could probably get away with it. Just because you're not going to taste the finish. But, that finish is painful. See, here's my thing. The vodka I get. Vodka's easy. You know, you want to sell vodka to like college students. That's not a problem. Especially in a little plastic bag. They don't give a crap. Tequila, I feel like is a little bit harder. You gotta kind of at least partially get that right. Because it's not like, well, do people mix tequila and Coke? Like rum and vodka, you can just pour straight into Coke. I feel like tequila is a little bit more difficult. PJ11 says he does it for the people. Whiskey Den's out of here. Thank you for stopping by, dude. Always good seeing you. If you guys have not yet subscribed to Whiskey Den, why haven't you? Show him some love. We love him around here. Almost as much as we love wood. As I wiggle my 2 bags. Nothing suggestive about that. All right. So we've got 2 rums here. Imported Caribbean and imported Caribbean with natural flavors. So actually, okay, so they've all been 40% so far, legal requirement. This one is coming in at 35% alcohol, which I'm pretty sure legally doesn't actually make it a spiced rum. I'm pretty sure a spiced rum still has to be 40%. I think this is technically a flavored rum, and they just put spiced rum on it to mess with the idiots who buy this stuff. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't call them idiots. I bought it, so I'm an idiot. All right, let's do the rum first. This one could be, I feel like this one could be another one. If you don't do rum right, you get the really weird, acrid, bitter taste on the finish. And I've got a feeling that this might happen too. Okay, that got better. The other ones have pretty much all gotten worse. This one still tastes like plastic. But it's sweet on the opening, and then it tastes like cherry Dr. Pepper on the end. Like I started off, I was like, oh no, this is not going to go well, and then yeah, Dr. Pepper. 1-1 has to get out of here. He's got to go to his poker game and finish his video. Good on you, dude. I know how long editing takes, so don't worry about it. Thank you so much for stopping in, though. We always like seeing you. Magnus is saying he only drinks tequila when I'm at the I can drink anything time of night at the Christmas party. You know, that's the thing. I feel like tequila is a very divisive drink. Maybe because, like, I feel like tequila, being that you can only get it from one region, you can only make it out of one thing, one type of agave, as opposed to mezcal or espeladine or whatever. Not espeladine. What's the other one called? I don't remember. But you can only make it out of one type of agave. So you're only going to get that one type. You know, you're only going to get that one flavor profile. So either you like that or you don't. There's not a whole lot of room for error there. Steve says rum can go down to 35%. I did not know that. I assumed it was 40, just like most other spirits. Because most other spirits, the rule is you can do, what is it, 40% for pretty much everything, and then your flavored version can be down to 30. But I guess rum is different. Thank you, Steve, for queuing us in. All right, we're on to our last of these things. I'm starting to feel a little ill, I'm not going to lie. These are not exactly pleasant to drink, but we do it anyway. Someday I'm going to do like a regular live stream like other people do, where I just sit and sip like 3 whiskeys over the course of an entire live stream. But today is not that day. Today I'm drinking imported Caribbean rum with spicy flavors. Oh, that's the best of the bunch. Good thing we saved the best for last. Yeah. Bradley Clare says, if you want that day to be tomorrow, I know a stream you could hop onto. I am always happy to hop onto a stream. Unfortunately, I do work until 9 Central tomorrow. We had a guy quit at the liquor store in the middle of a shift, unfortunately. So now I get to pick up all his shifts. So I'm making those buku bucks this week. Yeah, this one, I'm not going to say it's good. It's not good. It is the least offensive. This and the vodka are the least offensive of the bunch, which that's pretty good. That's pretty impressive considering the state of all the other ones. Yeah, not bad at all. So now that I've got this more or less, what is that, like half full pint glass sitting next to me, let's see how well these all blended together. And then we'll leave this in the refrigerator for Erica when she gets home. Love you, sweetie. I'm gonna put a Post-it note on here like, Erica, here's your post-workout drink. Get in there. John Rosai says, is that a Rotgut Long Island iced tea? It pretty much is. That's basically what this is. Oh, 6 pocket shots is what I like that. Oh man. This is the official cocktail of the Rotgut review. 6 pocket shots of varying flavors. Okay. I was a little worried there. It doesn't taste good. In fact, the first sip made me feel a little sick. But luckily, that flavored rum took over big time. And that's mainly what I'm getting. So you guys didn't have to watch me puke on stream. The gin, luckily, there's no gin flavor here. So that worked out pretty nicely. Can't be worse than herring. No, it was not worse than the herring. Definitely not worse than the herring. But, okay. So, it is almost 9 o'clock. And I wanted to thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank you for experiencing this weirdness with me, as always. So, going forward, the plan is to have a stream every Tuesday. In the event that we can't do a stream, I'll let you guys know. I'll give you a heads up. Oh, man. Oh, I'm getting gassy now. Whew. Like the back of my throat tastes like burning plastic. But yeah, so we're going to do a stream every Tuesday. Make sure you tune in for that. Also, plan right now is we're going to keep doing Wednesday and Friday reviews as always. And then we're also hopefully going to actually finish up Whiskey in Time. I know it's been forever since we actually did an installment. And I think what we're also going to be doing is we're going to make some Facebook videos. So we want this, we're going to keep this channel strictly whiskey related, but we're thinking maybe starting next week, every Thursday, we're going to have a different spirit to review over on the Facebook page. And it's only going to be put up over there. It's not going to be as polished and well presented. We don't present anything well, not even ourselves. But it's not going to be as polished as the whiskey reviews. But it's going to be over on the Facebook page. So if you haven't liked us over there, make sure you go check that out. I'll put the link in the description after the video. And I'm thinking the other thing we're going to be doing, I want to start a once a month episode. So I'm thinking like maybe the 4th week of every month. We're going to have a video, not specifically a review, but instead it's going to be like an opinion piece on an issue in the spirits world currently. So probably mostly focusing on whiskey, but we're thinking, if there's just opinion stuff, I've already got the first topic in mind for this coming one. So make sure you check us out on Mondays for that. Again, that's only going to be monthly, though, because trying to put out a bunch of those week to week would drive me crazy. I've already got enough on my plate. But, yeah, so that's what's coming up with the Rotgut review. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you like the video before you head out. And I'm going to finish up. Where's my brimstone? There we are. Make sure all of you stay rotten. I realize I don't have my hand ready to end the stream. That is awkward.